Hi, it's Emily. Welcome back. We just did our third IUI, so I'm going to kind of fill you in on that process. I did it on Monday. Today's Wednesday. It went well. I started my progesterone tomorrow, and we're just going to kind of wait and see. I've never made it to the actual pregnancy test yet because I always get my period like a day or two before the pregnancy test at my fertility clinic. So maybe this time I'll make it to the pregnancy test. We'll see. I do have kind of a bad attitude about this one, and I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just kind of over it. But everything seemed to go fine. On my last monitoring appointment before the IUI, I had one great follicle. It was like 19. And one that was approaching greatness. It was still at like a 13. So I'm happy I responded well to the medicine and not too vigorous like I did my first cycle. So, I'm thankful for that. I did one more shot of Follistim after that appointment. And I will say that I had beautiful lining at that appointment. It's the best it's ever been. I don't know if that's because of acupuncture or what. I think it's my uterine lining. It usually measures at like an 8 at this time, and it was at a 10.7. And the person that was doing it was like, oh, just beautiful, beautiful lining. So that made me feel good. And she even said, like, this might be your cycle. And that was just nice to hear some encouraging words, that everything looked so good that she could say that. I hadn't heard that before. So that was nice. So we had done one more Follistim that night, and then on Saturday we did the trigger shot. Yeah, I'm glad it was over the weekend because that trigger shot does make me a little bit sick. It's the pregnancy hormone that Alex injects in my stomach to trigger my ovulation. It's called Ovidril. It makes me a little nauseous, a little dizzy, and a little hot. So I'm glad I did it over the weekend so I didn't have to miss any work or I wouldn't feel weird at work. And the actual shot wasn't too bad. On my previous videos, I complained about that one being really painful because it usually is for me compared to the Follistim, but I was kind of phobic about it this time. So I iced for like 20 minutes before we did it. So my whole stomach was almost like numb, and it went well. I really didn't feel it too much, so that helped a lot. And then we went in on Monday for the IUI. That went well. There was some slight cramping during and after. I'm still having a little bit of cramping, actually, which I don't remember from last time that the cramping lasted this long. But nothing too concerning. It was fine. And the other thing that I did a little differently this time is I did go to acupuncture afterwards. I kind of remembered after the IUI was scheduled, like, oh, I remember I'm supposed to go to acupuncture to see if that helps when I do the IUI. And I haven't been to acupuncture for a while. So I called. They were great about squeezing me in. They really kind of rolled out the red carpet for me. They got me in a room right away. They said, well, absolutely, we'll squeeze you in. I got kind of a weird vibe from the acupuncturist. It's not who I normally see. And they do just the specific points on everyone that does an IUI or probably an IVF. So it was specific points in my legs, in my belly, and she did some in my ears. I just got a weird vibe from her, so I didn't feel great about it. But it went fine. It was a little more painful than it usually is. She said, I want to get your body humming. So who knows if that helped or not. To be honest, I'm just so sick of needles at this point. From the shots my husband has to give me every night, or had to give me every night, to the blood work I have to do for every appointment, to the acupuncture. I feel like I've seen more needles in the last month than I care to see for the rest of my life. I have a little bit of this kind of over it attitude. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm a little more vulnerable this cycle too, to be honest, because I really put everything into this. I did the acupuncture. I was really healthy, leading up to it. I did everything that I feel like I could, which is kind of unusual for me because I like to have kind of a defense mechanism. Like, well, I didn't do this, so no wonder it didn't work. I really put everything into it. So I hope I'm not too devastated if it doesn't work. I'm kind of, at this point, I don't really feel like doing anymore. I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, let's just save up for an IVF. It's more likely to work. I don't want to keep doing this. But we'll see. I got to kind of reevaluate here. We said, I would do another 2 to 3, and I've only done another 1. So, we'll kind of take it as it goes, but send us some thoughts as we're doing the 2-week wait. And yeah, I mean it went fine. It wasn't like too big of a deal, but you just kind of want to be done with all this stuff. But thank you so much for tuning in. This was my 3rd IUI. Let me know what your experiences have been like, and I will fill you in soon on how everything turned out. Thank you. Bye.